we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us, like the ceiling can't hold us.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Before we get started, I want to show you guys what we are going to be making today. Today is we're gonna be doing rainbow loom, and we're gonna make this little jellyfish. You can't really see the eyes right now, but they're in there. So we're gonna be making that. And if you're wondering what happened to my hand, I accidentally cut it with a knife while I was opening a jump rope. So yeah, what you will need for this project or this looming charm is a loom. I just have the regular rainbow loom, a hook, any kind of hook, metal tipped hook, plastic hook, crochet hook, and some rubber bands. If you want, you can use a C-clip instead of doing the little slip knot at the top. You can do a C-clip, but it's whatever you want. So yeah, before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below some video ideas, because I want to know what you guys want to watch, not what I want to watch, because I'm making the videos, not watching them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so sorry for this little like blue part right here. So you're going to be using double bands mostly for this project. I would recommend using jelly bands or duo layered bands where it's like dark and light in one, but you can use whatever kind of bands you would want, So you're going to take double bands for the first part of this. You're going to take your first two bands and put them on the top peg, and make sure your loom is like this. And your red arrow right here is pointing down. Next, you're going to take two more rubber bands and put them on the left. And then two more rubber bands and put them on the right. And kind of push it down. So this is what it looks like right now, kind of like a fidget spinner. Sorry if you can't really see. You're going to like darken this up so you can kind of see it, but yeah. And then you're going to take two more rubber bands and go straight down the middle. Now you're going to take them, still two rubber bands, and go down. So you have one row, two rows, and you're gonna need about 3 to 4 rows. So then our third row, 1, 2, and 3. Still using double bands. So we have that. Now we're gonna do our eyes really quickly. So how I recommend doing this is you take your black rubber band and twist it around your finger twice. Like that. My rubber band just broke. Depending on what kind of brand you have, they will break sometimes. I am using the official Rainbow Loom bands. So this is wrapped twice. So it's like you're using double bands, but you're only using one. And you're going to put it... Now, there is one part I want to show you really quick. You can make some little like things that pop out kind of, but I don't recommend doing that. It does look better, but it is harder. So I will show you how to make it with and without. So you're gonna take these, and normally you would put the little like ear things right here. So then you're gonna put your eye right there and pull it out and wrap it around again so that there are 4 loops instead of 2. And then you're gonna take your other rubber band and do the same. So just like that, wrap it around. So put it on and then wrap it around. So now you should have 4 loops, 4 black loops. Now you're gonna take single bands and go all the way down your loom, but don't put any bands going from this one to this one, this one to this one, or this one to this one. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this really quick. And you will see what I mean by not putting them on the last one when I'm finished. And there are a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to make different like rainbow loom charms, but comment down below if you have any like suggestions what I should try and make, or should I do like a video where I try and create my own like thing. Like say one of you wanted me to do a like I'm looking around to see what I could make, where I could make like I don't know, a cupcake or something like that. I can try and make that without like, you know, having any instructions from someone else. I can try and make stuff like that. Or I could even do a squishy makeover video if you guys want me to do stuff like that. So we have our last band going on. So if you can't tell, that is what I mean. I didn't put any going from these two or these. So now you're pretty much ready. Just all you're going to do now is take 3. You're gonna make the cap bands for the bottom so that the bottom parts don't fall off. So you're gonna take these and wrap them around your like your peg 3 times on each end of the jellyfish tentacle. Now, if you have a bigger loom where you like want to take your loom and make like have a like the crazy loom or something like that. If you have one of those really big looms that come with this, instead of the 3 peg, they come with the 6 peg. You can make a bigger jellyfish, just do the same things and go out more. I have one, but I will not be using it today. If you want a video on that, comment down below. And for the final peg is kind of hard. So, just got that. Now, you can wrap it around 3 to 4 times, depending on what kind of rubber bands you have. Now, if you're using the regular rubber bands, like rainbow loom bands, you should be able to do it. But if you don't want to, that is fine. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could do 2, but I just do 3 just to be safe. As I said earlier, the middle peg is kind of hard. Did I get it? Yes, I got it. Okay. So I have my cap bands on there. And now it's time to start the looming process. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Now we are going to put some bands like this in the triangle shape. And one right here. So we aren't going to put any on these three, but you're going to take them and put them on these three and these three. And then this next one is kind of hard. So what you do is put them on all three pegs like normal, and then take this part that's right here between these two and pull it behind the top one, and make sure your rubber bands don't fall off of the loom. Focus. There. So now it is time to start the looming process. First, we're going to loom the eyes so that the eyes don't fall off. The eyes are pretty easy. What you're going to do is you're not going to go in this rubber band. You're going to go outside of it. And if you're using a metal hook, you can grab all four bands and bring them out like this. But if you aren't using a metal hook, I would recommend doing one or two at a time, so just so that your plastic hook or crochet hook, if you're using a crochet hook, you can do as many as you want. But if you're using a plastic hook, I would recommend doing one or two so that your hook doesn't break. And then you're going to take your eyes and move them in. So that's what it looks like right now. The eyes will move out eventually, so I don't want them to fall off or like while I'm looming, so I just put them close. Now we're going to start looming down in the bottom. Now, I'm going to zoom in for you guys so that you guys can see how I'm doing this. So I'm going to take the capping bands and I'm going to pull them and put them around this. Super easy. I just do that so it's easier, and it's easier that way to pull off of the loom too. So I just do it that way. You don't have to do it that way. But if you are always having trouble getting in the cap band, or you always pick the cap band up, because I do that sometimes, if you always pick the cap band up, I just do that. And that's why you leave them blank. Now, it doesn't matter what side you do, but you're gonna do all of them up to where you put this one band, this one. So you're gonna do all the single rubber bands, not the double bands that we put on, which is just so that you guys, it's like you can do all of them if you're if you're more advanced or a faster loomer, but I just am having you wait so I can show you to make sure that you can, if you're more of a beginner, that you can get through properly and make sure that you don't mess up. So my last single band, and there. And you are gonna loom, here I'll zoom in more. You are gonna loom the band that's like this one from here to here, but not yet, don't go under. Oh, my hook got stuck. Don't want to pull it off. So don't go from the here to here yet unless you want to. And you're more of an advanced and quicker loomer, but if you aren't, I'm going slow for this part so that if you mess up, you can still be with me. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video really quickly. And yeah, so I'm just gonna do this all the way, all of my single bands. Oh. Okay, and my final single band in the middle, and then this last row. But I will say, when we get to the very top, like almost the complete end, there is one part that you have to be very careful because your bands can break because there's a lot of tension because there are so many bands on one peg. So you can, like, if you have a like off-branded loom, like Crazy Art or something like that, I would be very careful because sometimes your pegs can break. If you're using the regular rainbow loom, I think you should be fine. And I've done this many of times on the Crazy loom, and it does work. I just have to be very careful. So now we have finished all of our single bands, and we are, if you are not caught up to this point, it is fine. You can pause the video. But now we're going to be very careful and go in here and grab the bottom 2 bands. If you only grab one, that's fine. You can go back in and grab the other one. I do that sometimes too. And then you can really just go, the nose, like the middle part, you can just go almost all the way up, like practically all the way up, except for where we will be doing the slip knot. Don't do that part yet, so this will be my last one for the middle for right now. I only got one band in that, so we're gonna grab the other band really quickly. And this is for a reason, because if we would have gone up one, like if we would have gone from this one to this one, loomed that part, then our whole thing would have fallen off. So we're just going to do, oops, I hooked my wrong way. Go in the sides now and only grab the bottom 2. And there. So we're gonna do this to this, and this to this in 1 second, but we have to finish all of these first. Oops. And if a couple bands fall off of one of the pegs, it's fine. Just move them back over. It's not that big of a deal. And then the last 2 for right now. So there, we have that done. Kind of zoom in so you can see. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into this one and you have to do the left first, and very carefully grab them and put them over. And then do the right. Okay, so now you're gonna, this is where the tension is, because there's one band here, one band here, one band here, and they're double bands. So technically, there are 6 bands on one peg, so you should be careful when you're kind of pulling back to get the bottom 2. So get the, see, I gotta get all the way in the bottom. Now grab the bottom 2. When you're doing jelly bands, there is more tension and it will come off with a loom, so be very careful when you're doing that. So as you can tell, mine came off with a loom. But this is the point where we're gonna slip knot it. So you're gonna go in and grab those bottom 2 bands and pull them up, or you can do it another way. There is another way. I just have to show you. This is the hardest part because there's like so many bands. So you can just practically take that whole part off of the loom. Sorry, I had to move it out of the way for a minute. And then to slip, we can do the slip knot in the end. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna hold that and just kind of with my hands pull everything off, but be very careful. It's kind of hard to hold the loom because of my hand. So and the bottom part, got 1, got 2, and we got 3. Okay, so now you have your jellyfish, but you need to slip knot it. So get them bands in order. So like the last 2 in the back, in the front, and like, you know what I mean, sort of. So you can slip knot it, but I'm gonna show you guys an easier way so that it's like longer, so you can hook it on to something. So you're gonna take these take 2 bands and hook them on the hook like that and pull them up. It's kind of hard to do with this hand. See? It's hard to do with my hand like this. Here, I pulled it down a bit. So we're gonna take these 2 bands again and try this again. And I only recommend doing this if you're more of an advanced, and like if you've done loomigurumi before, or if you know what loomigurumi is, and you know how to do a magic ring, then I would recommend doing this. So this part is a slip knot. It's just an easier way to do a slip knot. So we're gonna pull it, and it's kind of hard. We're gonna have it like this and hook the first 2 bands. Like put your hook by the first 2 bands and pull. If you've done loomigurumi before, you can do that way that I just showed you. But if you haven't, I wouldn't recommend doing that. So your like legs are gonna, or your jellyfish tentacles are gonna look kind of weird. Just pull the bottom out like this, and they should straighten up a bit, but it will take a little while for them to straighten up because you just pulled them off of the loom. So they will straighten up after a while. But yeah, these are the jellyfish. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Don't forget to turn on that bell while you're at it because you know I'm awesome. And don't forget to comment down below some video ideas so I know what you guys want to watch. Did you guys do it? Can you make a jellyfish now? Anyways, that's it for today. So see you guys next time. Bye.